This playthrough is rated M for mature.
With the security codes compromised, now it's time to head to Aztechnology and to stop this heinous ceremony or whatever they're doing. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Shadowrun Dragonfall. In the last episode, well, we went to that one security forum, messed with the codes, got them redone, and now it's time for us to head on to the next section. So let's see if we can do it without too much fuss. So, assemble the team and travel to Aztechnology Berlin compound to sabotage their Bloodline research project. Alright, and like before, take whoever you want, but I'm going to take the classics, Glory, Dietrich, and Iger. Blitz Snow, because I am the decker for this group, so let's head on in. Cannot wait. Let us handle what's inside. Bloodline, Aztechnology, a giant in the world of technological and magical research, one of the most powerful and feared corporations on the planet. There are very few places in this world that the tendrils of Aztechnology cannot reach. Germany is no exception. The black glass edifice of the Azzy Pyramid dominates the courtyard of the Zitadelle Spandau, and countless other more innocuous facilities can be found all over Berlin. The lab that they maintain in the Jehul district is one of these. According to your client, the project that the Azzies are working on here is dangerous. So dangerous that she's paying you to bring the entire building down. Well, alright, and we do need some decking here, so make sure you actually have your deck with you, and whatever. So, let's see, I think everyone's good to go. I should use some of my extra money just to buy some fetishes for Dietrich, but yeah, not really necessary. Not here anyway. So, I'll buy the karma when I need to. Really, the one for this one to make it a little bit easier, if you have decking 4 helps. If you have charisma of 4 or more, or strength of 6 or more helps. Quickness of 6 or more really helps here. If you have etiquette, security helps in this one too. Obviously, having a decker is really good here because of what you can do with it. I'm trying to think what else, but those are the major ones. So, the Jehul district is everything that your client made it out to be. Corporate complexes of all descriptions crowd into one another, competing for the district's limited space. Lights burn in all the windows, but the streets stand empty. No shoppers, no pedestrians, nothing but silence. Quiet out here. A friend of mine did a job here once. Told me that the local wage sizes are all issued efficiency apartments deep inside the compound. Apparently the buildings are linked up on an underground Tran system. Bed to cubicle in less than 5 minutes. 5 days the poor bastards didn't even get to see the sunrise. Shun. He shakes his head. That ain't living, love. It's a slow death. Makes my skin crawl just thinking about it. You and me both, Dietrich. Yeah, let's see if we can interact with that. So, we got a communique. Your comlink crackles with static. A moment later, the sonorous voice of Lucadaire begins speaking into your ear. Hello again, Blackwire. I have an opportunity for you. You are in Aztechnology facility, yes? Well, that facility is also home to an executive, a small man who foolishly believes that he is beyond our reach. In this, he is mistaken. We would like you to deliver a message for him. What has this man done? The details are unimportant. All that we need you to do is whisper a phrase into his ear. We are pleased that Project Vincent is going so well. If you wanted to embellish the fact that he's receiving this message in the one place where he feels the most secure, we wouldn't stop you. That's all there is to it. A simple job, an important one. I have already marked your target's current location on your PDA. We have great faith in you, Blackwire. Please don't disappoint us. You do know the guy's probably gonna, if we don't tell him to get out, he's probably gonna get crushed by the building, right? Because we're supposed to destroy it. You know, that's a thing we're doing. Alright, whatever. Searching the dead drop, you find a package with the telltale markings of the Schlockenwall lighter. Dead drop message. RE Aztechnology. This is an open request for research data from Aztechnology Jehul District Branch. The Azzies conduct their research in secrecy. They use their money and power to obscure the truth. We will uncover their secrets. We will share them with the world. We will level the playing field between Aztechnology and its competition. The timely delivery of this information will be well rewarded. Freedom, equality, information. Schlockwell and Ryder. We got a job. So we're getting multiple jobs back to back. One for the Lodge, one for Schlockwell and Ryder. Who else is going to Ask us for help. Nah, that's pretty much it, but still. Sometimes it just comes back to back, you know? There's the main entrance there. Your comlink buzzes. There's a series of clicks as the connection is established. A moment later, Paul Amsel begins to speak. All right, Blackwire. That's the Aztechnology complex just in front of you. You'll note the heavy security posts at the front door. Those are Aztechnology employees. They're dangerous, to be sure, but you could probably take them without too much difficulty. Unfortunately, the Azzies have also contracted Knight Errant to protect this facility. They're the ones that we need to worry about. Just to reiterate, you'll want to keep a low profile on this run. Get in and out as quickly and quietly as possible. Knight Errant keeps a high threat response team on site, and you don't want to tangle with them. Trust me on that. If you do need to go loud, give it everything you've got. You're going to be reducing this building to a smoldering crater anyway, but I highly recommend stealth over frontal assault. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. No problem. If I were you, I'd begin trying to find an alternative path into the building, something out of sight. Once the facility calls for help, you're going to be on a tight timetable. You can't actually, I mean, there are fights in this level, but you can keep them to a minimum if you do things right, and I'll try to do them. I'm out to save just to make sure I get it right, so. Because you could mess up at a certain section and still get into a fight and you're like, whoops. But we'll try to do it. A shoddy-built soy-calf shop looks like it's closed. Are there any soy-calf people around? Hello. A human and a dwarf, both in their early 20s, stand huddled in the courtyard. They don't seem to notice your approach. Yeah, she's been gone a long time, Mira. I'm getting worried, aren't you?
But she's my girlfriend, Heinrich. Of course I'm worried, but she can handle herself.
On the street, yeah, but against the Aussies, I just don't know.
She'll be okay.
Brave words, but her tone tells a different story. It's plain as day as she's worried sick. Oh man, I don't know what to do, Mira, and I still say that messing with the Aussies was a bad idea.
What else were we supposed to do? The compound of theirs is up like a goddamn Christmas light. We've got more power than they know. They've got more power than they know what to do with. We need that juice, Heimer. Our solar collectors are garbage. If we can't keep the lights on after a few cloud covers, how do you think you're going to survive this winter?
I know, Mira, I know, but couldn't we have just bought some second-hand panels? They can't be that expensive. She sighs.
We could have, sure, before Danny spent our last handful of Nuyen on those forged key cards.
She straight up puts on a brave face.
She'll be fine. She'll be back any second now. Just you wait.
I don't know, man. This place is pretty dangerous. Let's ask them really quick. She looks up at you, her expression guarded.
Yeah, what do you want?
Going up overhearing you two, going up against Aztechnology, huh?
We're not going up against anything.
She gestures broadly at her own body.
Do we look like Shadowrunners to you?
We're just improvising, trying to stay in business. He gives Mira a significant glance. The only way we can. Could you two use some help? It sounds like your friend has got herself in trouble. Her tone is sharp.
We'll be fine. What we don't need is a stranger butting in our business. So just go away, all right? Have a nice day.
Mira, look at him. That's professional. He can help us. He takes a step towards you, his arms wide. Please, man, we do need your help. She just doesn't want to admit it. If it's bad for the Azzies, it's good for me. I'll help you out. Oh, thank God, and thank you, too. He turns to Mira. Give him the spare key card that Donnie bought. He's going to fix this up for us. You can see the mistrust in her eyes, but after a moment's hesitation, she begins to fish around in her bag. Finally, she produces a thick plastic key card. She hands it to you.
This'll get you into the utility tunnel. Danny went down there about half an hour ago.
She said she'd be back in 10 minutes.
Find her for us, okay? Please bring her back safe.
Yeah, we can do that. Excuse me. It's that time of year, man. Alright, I was going to check some of those, but yeah, let's just head on to the hatch. Somebody spent a fair amount of money on this utility hatch and it's plastered with anti-tampering warnings to prove it. Take a closer look. A cursory inspection shows you that the hatch has been mag-locked, a fairly sophisticated model from the looks of it. Short of using an authorized key card, there's no way you're getting past this thing. Insert your key card. The indicator light on the mag lock changes from red to green. There's an audible thunk, and the hatch pops open, revealing a ladder leading down to the utility tunnel below. In we go. Aztechnology utility tunnel. What's this? The lock appears to be short-circuited. Oh, well, alright. Well, let's see what happened to this one girl. What the? Uh-oh. Looks like some drones have accosted her. In an instant, you size up the scene playing out in front of you. A young elf dressed in the same shabby, chic clothes that the cafe kids wore. Danny, cornered with no place to run. A pair of Aztechnology security drones closing in for the kill. The drones are low grade, but they're armed, and Danny's hands are empty. She's in trouble, and she knows it. The futility of her situation is written all over her face. An instant later, the drone's sensors alert them to your presence. They spin in unison to face you. Intruders detected. Weapons detected. Lethal force authorized. Danny's eyes widen, and she hits the deck. The panic spills out of her in a scream. Look out! For combat, yeah. Alright, wait, this isn't really battle music, but alright, whatever. Alright, but anyway, we got a couple drones. There's really not much to them. We can basically just destroy them, right? Yeah, well, they're really easy. Like, this is not a challenge. Yeah, we're done. Anyway, we get a karma point for helping her, so. That was almost not worth it. Almost like I should have let you have a choice to just auto-destroy him or something like that, but whatever. Yeah, even my drone took him out. Danny looks up at you, you up and down. When she's finished sizing you up, she puts her hands on her hips and smiles. Thanks for the rescue. It takes a pair to bring a weapon into Azzy territory. Everybody knows that they shoot first if you're packing. I wouldn't have risked it. Life in the shadows is all about taking risks. Yeah, well, life running a soy calf shop is a little more my speed. Not that there aren't risks. There's always the chance that some drunk will break your windows or a gang will try to shake you down for protection. Those things I can handle, but this... She stares down at the smashed drones and slowly shakes her head. Anyway, yeah, I'll admit it. I got in over my head, but only a little bit. The drones wouldn't have shot me. I wasn't armed, but I wasn't looking forward to spending the next week in an Azzy interrogation cell. I've heard stories. They're true, love. He shakes his head at her. Words to live by. If you're fool enough to try something like this again, carry a gun. Better to be shot than to let them take you. I'll take your word for it. I'm not planning on making a habit of this. She slaps the side of the power conduit with a smile. And I shouldn't need to. The tap's all hooked up and ready. Impressive. Impressive. Heinrich wasn't convinced that you could pull it off. Yeah, well, it's amazing what you can teach yourself to do when your livelihood depends on it. Iger leans into Spectre work. Looks like a pretty solid connection. Nothing's jumping out at me as obviously wrong. I'd say that you're probably good to go. She straightens, casts a glance back at you. You know, Blackfire, we could use the setup to advantage. In theory, we could manufacture a power spike from here, override the Azzy's entire power grid. Without disabling the generator's safety overrides, it wouldn't cause any permanent damage, but the confusion might give us an opening to get us into the building. She shrugs. It could be an opening we've been looking for. Danny's eyes go wide. Whoa, hold up. If you do that, they'll trace it. Aztechnology will find the power tap and they'll come down on us. So there's a couple ways you could do this. If you don't have the decking 4 ability or the charisma or strength stats that I mentioned earlier, I would actually go ahead and do the power surge here, unless you really want to do fighting for the rest of this place, which you could if you really want to. That's fine with me. But I'm just saying, if you want to go through this with as little fight as you want, or to go through this with as few actual confrontations as you want, then I would overload it here. Other than that, if you don't have those skills I mentioned, you'll basically have to fight your way through the building. So that's up to you. So let's see. What do we got here? I'm just looking at options again just to... we can make it worth your while. No, you can't. There's nothing you could give us that would make it up for what you're talking about doing. So please just drop it, okay? So I'm going to, because I have the skills that are needed for this, I'm just going to let it go. You're right. No one needs that kind of heat. I'll find another way. She breathes a sigh of relief. Thanks. You know, some people say that Shadowrunners are ruthless criminals, guns for hire, just out for the money. It's good to see that isn't always the case, except I am in half the cases in the game. I'm going to bail out of here. I've been stuck in this tunnel too long already. Like you said, the others are worried, but if there's ever anything we could do for you, come by the shop. You'll be welcome at our place for life. And yeah, yeah, funny, we could actually still do it anyway, even though she walks away, because we could just mess with her like that. You step towards to inspect Danny's power-up, the same tap that you promised her you wouldn't interfere with. Feeding a power spike in Aztechnology power grid would be as easy as crossing a couple wires. I'm not going to do it, but that's really funny. You could basically just lie to her. She walks off, and then you do it anyway. So I'm not going to, but that would be funny. If I was playing this by myself, like without recording anything, I'd probably do that just to be funny. I like doing mean things in video games to people because I know it's not real. So I find, I find it humor in finding out how writers write the reactions of people when you do stuff like that, like when you betray them. Sometimes I find that hilarious. So, but only in video games, not in real life. I'm not that sick. Danny looks at me with a smile. Oh, there he is, our hero. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for bringing her back to us.
Yeah, thanks, and thank you for helping to keep the Aussies off of our tail. If Danny had been captured,
It would have been bad. She reaches up, grabs Danny's hand, clutches it tight.
worse than bad, babe. A lot worse.
She looks down at Mira and smiles, squeezes her hand tight. Anyway, thanks again for the rescue. We all owe you a lot. If there's ever anything any of us can do for you, you just let us know. Yeah, I think we're good, so. Alright, let's head on out of here. Yeah, you basically do that for the karma point if you're not going to do the whole overload the thing, so. Alright, let's take a look. Cheap corporate art looks like marble from a distance, but up close it's clearly made of an injection molded pink. What is it? Pink? Sorry. Plasticrete. Yeah. I don't know why I was having trouble reading that. And here's the person we want to get to if we want to get in the non-combat way. So, the LTG worker. This LTG tech coveralls are smeared with sweat and grime. A scowl is plastered across her face. She takes a quick glance at you and then turns back to her work. Unless you're here to help me fix this panel, you better stay the hell out of my hair. Otherwise, I'll call security and have them drag you out. Decking 4. Actually, I think I could help you. It looks like your problem is coming from somewhere upstream. See those connectors there? By the way, if you don't have decking 4, you basically can't do this whole thing anyway. So, and here's the other thing. So if you have charisma 5, although I've heard it's 4 sometimes. So I don't know. Maybe it's depending on different versions of the game. But anyway, if you have strength, you can say, "Let me ask you a question." Then do you value your kneecaps? Oh, awesome. Anyway, but no, we have the charisma 5. Anyway, hey, yeah, you're right. She looks at you. The scowl has disappeared from her face, but she doesn't look happy either. Look, I really appreciate the help, but I have to do this myself. I'm already way behind, and corporate's gonna have my ass if I don't get it done before lunch. Charisma 5. You know, if you're that far behind, you could always go catch up on your other work. Leave me to work on the panel. It'd be no trouble. A confused scowl crosses her face. I don't even know you, buddy. Why in God's name would I leave you alone with a panel that I'm responsible for? Excuse me. So, this case, if you don't have it more than the charisma that I'm talking about, then you can bribe her. So just give her 300 new yen, but since I have the charisma 6, yeah, excuse me again. When did Aztechnology ever do anything for you aside from working you half to death? Let me take care of the panel and you can clock out early. I mean, spread a little spending money your way. And we give her 100 new yen. As far as I'm aware of, I think maybe the strength option, you can do this without spending money, period. But 100 for making this a lot smoother of a run is nicer, especially on harder difficulties. You make a compelling argument. This job has been a load of dreck since they canned my assistant. Screw it. The panel's all yours. I'm about to find a pub. But anyway, we get a karma point for doing that, so I'd rather pay 100 new yen for a karma point. Alright, this panel is a mess. The lock on the casing has been broken. Exposed cables spinning out in all number of places. So if you have Blitz with you, you can specifically tell him to do it. But since I'm the decker, override the controls for the loading dock door. And there we go. That's our way inside. So there's the first section of this mission. So now, prepare for the second part. The glittering halls of the Aztechnology facility stand in sharp contrast to the megacorp's unsavory reputation. Everything in here screams money, from the mirror polish on the floors to the obsidian inlays on the walls. The generators and the Bloodline project lies somewhere beneath your feet. Alright, inside we go. Nice work, Blackwire. There have been no alerts thus far. Hopefully you'll continue to avoid detection as you make your way through this building. If an alert does go out, I'll get you an ETA on the reinforcements, but hopefully it won't come to that. I have marked an elevator on your PDA. I'd start making my way there if I were you. It's the most efficient path to reach your objective. Best of luck. Okay, so this place, this is a good thing it does a save, but you want to make another save here because this requires you basically moving at the where you don't get caught by a walking security, because there is a walking security guy around here, but there is a way to get through this whole place without fighting anyone until the required ones, which are like 2 of them or something like that. So, excuse me again. I need to do just a backup. Even though it auto-saved, I like having a backup anyway, so. Alright, I need to be careful in this room. And yeah, there's a jack-in spot here, but that's not what I'm going for, so. I need to be careful. Oh, I got caught. Whatever you just did, it got their attention. A knight errant's response response, the higher threat response is on its way. Good luck. You'll need it. All right, let's load that again. I actually peeked my head out way too fast, because I basically need to get past this guy into this door. I mean, I could fight him. I mean, I could do the fighting. I'm just trying to show you how you could do it if you're not playing the most suboptimal path, or if you just want to try and see going through with as little combat as you want. So that's why I saved it, because I wasn't sure if he was going to immediately walk. Because I'm basically walking to get that security guy, to see where he is coming down from. I had to be... But unfortunately, okay. Yeah, I need to get to this jack-in spot. Okay. Jack-in. Yeah, me. I'm doing it. I'm jacking in. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, we need to jack in, get this section, open a door, and get some equipment. So, alright, let's get some programs. So, Blaster. Do I want to do Degrade or Killer? Yeah, better do these. Alright, let's go. Hopefully we should be able to do this before the security guy comes back, so. Alright, so we need to hack all these things as well while we're here, so. Uh-oh. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have a really good hide spot, so I had to be kind of careful here, so. Alright, let's see. You're gonna be a problem, so let's see. One or the other. I guess I'll just hit you. Yeah, unfortunately, there's really no good... Yeah, let me just run back here. Like I said, there's really no good hide spot, or no good, yeah, see, oof, did a lot of damage to me. Still has the Degrade. Oof. Yeah, this is really risky, just because of how much HP I actually have. Oh, no. I was about to say, you better hit him. Alright, we want to get the security cameras. And then... security door. And the elevator controls. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get in the security door here. Hurry. Hurry before anyone else shows up. And if we got this right, these lockers are stuffed full of spare knight-errant security uniforms. Have your team dress up in the uniforms. Grimly, your teammates set about struggling into the complicated and ill-fitting uniforms. Alright, so now that any time we run into a corporate guy, as long as we have a decent enough charisma or the security etiquette, we can now just talk our way out of any encounters in this place. A few minutes of cursing and a couple of popped rivets later, the job is done. You take a moment to examine your team, then nod in satisfaction. They look like a group of authentic knight-errant security officers. Well, that's handy. I'm not much for sneaking around, but if we're gonna do it, we might as well go all the way. He claps you on the shoulder. Good find, boss. So yeah, now we don't have much of a threat to these guys. Yeah, there's the front door, by the way. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Like I said, it's this time of season, so that's just how it is. But anyway, yeah. The elevator guard steps towards you. His weapon slung. I didn't hear anything about key assets being displayed in this sector. Why are you here? And I have both, so it doesn't really matter which one I offer. So if you have Charisma 5, I'm like, yeah, I was just transferring from HQ. They've got me walking in the perimeter to familiarize myself with the building. And Etiquette Security. I just got the assignment myself. Central wants a complete parameter assessment. Strange. Did they give you any explanation of this request? Do they ever? He chuckles. No, of course they don't. Well, best of luck. Let me know if anything's out of order. It is my sector after all. You've got it, pal. Be careful. An intruder could be anywhere. He nods. Yeah, tell me about it. But yeah, so this will happen, except for the required instances of combat. This same situation will happen multiple times. So, but anyway, after opening the doors, let's check this thing. Aztechnology inventory services. Press any key to begin. Activate the terminal. The terminal springs to life, and a quick scan of its contents reveals little value, but you do find a message that catches your attention. From Mayor Fatima to Ling Kaja. Kaja, I've got some pretty grave concerns about this new project. I don't know what they're doing downstairs. Not exactly, anyway, but I'm pretty thoroughly creeped out by some of the inventory requests that have been coming up on my desk lately. When we decided to sign up with Aztechnology, we talked this over. We knew the company's reputation, and I said that I could handle whatever came my way. But this? I don't know, Katja. This last order crossed the line. What would the research team need with a bulk order of gags, restraints, and 500 liters of hydrochloric acid? A bitchin' party is what it would have been. Uh-oh, I've got to run. Just got a message over the comm. Looks like Central wants to see me about something. I'll catch you back at your apartment later tonight. Let's talk about this over a bottle of wine. I know that I could use it. F. Something tells me that she never got to enjoy that glass of wine. Yeah. Yeah, especially after, saying all this on the corporate line, so. But anyway, we could have jacked in and done this one earlier, but I wanted to get the outfits out of the way early, so. The screen to this terminal comes to live at your approach. An Aztechnology login screen awaits your permission, or password. Alright, decking 4, hack the terminal and scan its contents. Payday required. There's another way to get this payday, via your decker on another level, but you can get it early here. The reason I have an idea for this is because you go to another matrix section and you hack something, but you don't get anything out of it, and I just assume it's the payday. So, but anyway, here's the exec we're supposed to tell the that one thing to. The lodge thing. A worried-looking man in an expensive suit is pacing back and forth in the room. He locks eyes with you, and you can feel the fear radiating out of him. He looks surprised to see you, but not alarmed. Oh, hey, I don't usually see knight-errant personnel wandering around this part of the building. What's up? We have mutual friends. They have a message for you. Johnny the Goon sends his regards. Friends? What friends? What are you talking about? Whisper into his ear. We are pleased that Project Vincent is going so well. The executive jerks back as though you slapped him. His face has gone as white as a sheet. Our friend wanted me to deliver this message to you in person, here, in your office. I'm sure you understand. Yes, of course. The expression on his face is one of pure horror. But please tell our friends that I hear them loud and clear, and tell them I'm making the call. Excuse me again. Sorry, I keep forgetting to cover my mouth before it happens, so I hope that doesn't bug too many people. Call? What call? He shakes his head. You poor fool. You don't even realize what a pawn you are. Yeah, so much for getting information out of that. But we did the job anyway, so. Alright, let's see. I don't think there... I mean, I could check down there, but I don't think there's supposed to be anything in this part of the thing. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Let's just do the Charisma 5 option this time for this guy. Best get to it then. But yeah. Okay, nothing. I didn't remember there being anything in this room, but I was double checking. Alright, next location. Yeah, that's part number 2. Your stomach. Oh, sorry. I brain flopped for a second. Your stomach lurches slightly as the elevator plummets downward into the bowels of the Aztechnology facility. A faint but omnipresent thrumming sound raises the hair on the back of your neck. The deeper you go, the more certain you become. This place is vibrating with power, both from the generators and from something else. Ooh. Who knows? What is going to happen in here, my friend? Well, then let's find out. Well done, Blackwire. I'm not seeing any comm chatter to indicate the Knight Errant is aware of your presence. I've located a new exit point for you. A security door conveniently located near the generators. I'll mark its location on your PDA. Keep up the good work, Blackwire. I'll contact you if anything changes. Alright. The door slides open with a hiss, revealing a surprised-looking young woman in an Aztechnology security uniform. She steps toward you. Her weapon is drawn. Stop! Who are you? She half raises her rifle. Identify yourself. Huh, get the drop on him. No. Yeah, that's what I said to her. Calm down, my name's Mueller. Knight Errant sent me. She sounds suspicious, on edge. Let me see some ID. I don't need to show you anything. Central has some concerns about your loyalty. Her eyes go wide. What? We've never done a thing to... Skip it. If you know what's good for you and your career, you'll step aside and let me do my job. If what you're saying is true, why haven't we heard anything over the comms about it? Beats the hell out of me. I'm suggesting that you go to Central about that. She pauses. This is the protocol. This entire story is just... And then if we have Christmas 6, we can say, look, I'd love to chat, but you should really get moving. I've seen Central come down on people for insubordination. Isn't it pretty? Or etiquette security. Are you going to report Central, or do I need to go back there and tell them that you refused their order? All right, we're going. Thanks for the heads up. Let's go clear this up with Central. Well, by the time they do, we'll be done with this place, so bye-bye. Yeah, another encounter we don't have to mess with, so awesome. I mean, I like the combat in this game and everything. It's just, you know, if I like the fact that you have an option to ignore a lot of the combat in this game if you wanted to, so. Keep moving, Blackwire. You're almost there. When you reach the control panel for the generators, the password is Kyoto. Should allow you to disengage their safety overrides. Set the destruct and get out. See you back at the cruise bazaar. So, Kyoto, I think it is, or Keytool, whatever, is, from what I'm aware of, it's a Aztec god of, I think, like, lightning and, I think death, I think, if I recall. My Aztechnology, or Aztec god knowledge is very minimal. I don't remember a whole lot, but I think I remember that, so. It's pretty fascinating mythology, like most mythologies, but there's a myth for your drone, and there's the lab right there, so. Alright, so we need to do another jack-in section here, so should we go ahead and make a hard save. I'll just save over that one file since we got past that part fine. Alright. Like I said, I usually don't save multiple times, but the fact that technically my HP decking situation is a bit low, you know, I have to be kind of careful because, you know, just in case I might get blasted. Blaster. Yeah, we'll just do the same ones again. I mean, technically, if I was being perfectly set up for this, I would, let's see. I would have ESP programs to help me during these. So, okay, we got a white sentry and a white ice. So let's set down. Seriously? And we got a couple of white ices there. I just keep getting hit just every time. I should maybe hit these guys just because they're bunched up together. Get a good. It says missed, but I still hit him anyway, so. Haha. Oh my god, stop hitting me! I'm gonna have to move to a different location. I'm gonna move over here. Maybe. Try this again. Yeesh. I mean, 80%'s not bad. It really isn't. Like, I don't I'm just never gonna get what I'll miss like certain times. You know what I mean? All right. It's a bad position for me to be in, though. Let's move over here, and then. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't. I moved just out of the range, so. Oof. Alright, fine. Keep getting lucky shots every time. That's fine. Uh-oh, I actually should have moved again. Yeah, it took some damage, so. Alright, back to jacking in again. Jeez. This is the only problem with my build is that, like I said, I don't have the best really? That didn't finish you off? Wow. Alright. They heal up again. They hit you? Yeah, I hit you with that, so. There we go. Alright, now let's get that blast door open. Alright. I mean, luckily getting knocked in the Matrix doesn't insta-kill you, it's just, you know, it does damage you and stuff like that, so. Let's see, I can see you from there, so. There's one over there too. Alright, keep fighting these guys. More white ice. Seriously? Alright. How am I... This is an 85% chance. I was like, seriously, how am I missing? I better do that one thing before I... Alright. Let's see, security cameras, let's get those. May have to, maybe log out. I probably took too long in activating the suppressor ones again. Let's see. Yeah, sure, blast them. Because it does do a little extra damage. Not a crazy amount, but still does. So. Alright, nothing there. Oh, come on. Whatever, I'm just gonna attack you. Like I said, it's 80% and it keeps missing, you know. I know that's not how percentages work, but still. Because it's a percentage, you know, there's a chance it'll fail. But I swear, it happens to me more often than it should, you know. There, and there's the family records. Yeah, see, it says payday even though we already got the payday, but, you know. This data score contains records of all data pertaining to the facility's day-to-day operations. Scan the note for the payday. A cursory exploration of the database turns up nothing of value. There are hundreds of log files, the majority of which contain spending and logistics reports. Walk away. It's because I already got it, so. Alright. Yes, press thing. Again, I should be just enough to get out of there before the thing activates on us. Alright, time to jack out. Alright. Alright, we're good there. And then let's see. Okay. Come on. Come on. Click the door. Jeez. Oh, this is a restricted area. Is there any part of the building that isn't restricted? Attack! And then etiquette security. I just got word from Central. Our comms have been compromised and all authorization are being threat stacked. My orders are to proceed to a primary defense point and await further instructions. He holds out his hand. I need to see your ID then. You know how the mega level clearance works, so hand it over now. It's like, what? Yeah. I know that's how he's supposed to get you, so it's like, how do we get past this guy without any problems? So I'm not handing you over anything until you show me your ID. His eyes widen, then narrows to slits. You think this is some sort of game? Hand me your ID or I'll shoot you. Charisma 6. You do that and you'll spend the rest of your short life wishing you hadn't. My uncle runs this facility. Did he just pull the my dad works at Nintendo thing? He stands bolt upright. Dr. Hudson is your uncle? I had no idea. Please carry on, sir. I mean, we'll have to fight these guys eventually just because, you know. But you can drag it out just a little bit further. So, yeah, if you choose just the right decisions. But you do have to have corporate security and all this other stuff for that. If you don't, then you have to fight them, so. What the hell is going on in this place? I don't know who said that, because everyone looks the same with the Knight Errant outfit on. Now, here's where we actually do have to fight people, as you can see here. Alright, we make a hard save. Because, you know, like all combat, I'm going to get hit first.